Hi, I'm Robert Nicholson, and I'm the president of the ED Treatment Information Center. Today, I'm going to talk about how lifestyle changes can lessen the effects of erectile dysfunction. Along the way, I'm going to debunk some of the common myths that you have heard about curing ED. You may remember from our first video that there are many underlying causes of ED, but the most common are vascular and circulatory issues. Even if there are other causes, most men have some circulatory problems, especially as they get older. As we age, plaque builds up in our blood vessels, gradually reducing the blood flow. Plaque is tied to diet and to lack of exercise. It can lead to many problems, including heart attacks and strokes. Doctors routinely warn their patients about these dangers and encourage them to improve their diet and get more exercise. And most guys ignore this advice or make very minor changes. What doctors don't often say is that arterial plaque is a major cause of erectile dysfunction. Why don't they lead with this? Because if there's one thing that would get men to take their doctor's advice seriously, it would be warning them that if they keep up their lifestyle, they won't be able to get it up. So let's talk about the lifestyle and health advice that has been shown to improve erectile dysfunction. Let's start with a heart-healthy Mediterranean diet. There are many online references to the Mediterranean diet, so I won't go into details here, but the basics are simple. It's mostly a plant-based diet, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and nuts. You limit your intake of red meat, eat lots of fish and poultry, eat healthy fats such as olive and canola oil. Eat low-fat or non-fat dairy and red wine in moderation. Now, for a lot of men, this is going to be a big change, and few guys are going to stick with it. But the benefits, both for erectile dysfunction and overall health, are very real. So we recommend that you don't consider this an all or nothing change. Work on improving your diet a little at a time. You can start with simple steps, like replacing red meat with fish once a week, and substituting vegetables for high-fat or starchy side dishes. Now let's add some exercise. Aerobic exercise is very important to vascular health. Make a plan to incorporate regular exercise into your day. Aim for about 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity aerobic exercise. But if you're out of shape, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Next, let's kick your bad habits. Tobacco and excessive use of alcohol are both bad for your vascular health. Smoking is tied directly to erectile dysfunction. If you smoke, quitting is one of the best things you can do to improve your ED. Alcohol should be consumed moderately, if at all. That means no more than 2 drinks per day. And now I'm going to talk about the myth of superfoods. When we were researching this article, we found lists of foods that are supposed to be good for erectile dysfunction. You'll find similar lists on major websites like WebMD, Healthline, and even the Mayo Clinic. And if you visit ED discussion groups, you'll see people taking this even a step further and claiming that foods like watermelon will actually cure erectile dysfunction. So we searched the medical research sites for clinical studies on each of these foods, and here's what we learned. These foods are good for cardiovascular health. Some of them also raise levels of nitric oxide in the bloodstream, and that's an important chemical signal that is necessary to have an erection. But none of them is a magic bullet that will dramatically improve your erectile dysfunction. Our advice is to incorporate these foods as part of a healthy diet, but don't obsess over them and don't expect too much. And now I'd like to point out one surprise that our research uncovered. A study done in 2015 found that men who consume the equivalent of 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day, have a 39% lower incidence of erectile dysfunction than men who do not drink coffee. Out of the entire list, coffee is the only food that seems to have a significant impact on ED when consumed in moderation. But bear in mind, this is only one study, so check back for future results. And if you want to read the details of our research and the studies we consulted, visit our website. While we're on the subject of lifestyle changes, think about the amount of stress in your life. As we discussed in the previous episode, stress is an erection killer. Try to find ways to eliminate or reduce things that cause you stress. And if you're a person who has difficulty dealing with stress, look for a coach or counselor who can help you develop better coping mechanisms. And by the way, aerobic exercise has been shown to reduce stress. So by establishing a good exercise program, you'll be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We've talked about a lot of changes that can help with erectile dysfunction. And it's hard to make a lot of changes in your life, but progress can be a great motivator. We recommend making up a chart to keep track of your progress with diet, exercise, and other changes. And once a month, run through the Sexual Health Inventory for Men, the SHIM test, on our website to see if your score is improving. Just by keeping track of your progress, it will be easier to stick with your program. So here's the bottom line. Improvements in your ED score may be small and will take time. But when you add the ED improvements to a lifetime of health benefits, these changes are well worth making. I hope this episode will motivate you to start your own lifestyle changes. The goal of the ED Treatment Information Center is to provide the information that men and their partners need to deal with erectile dysfunction. So if you have questions or feedback, please use the contact form on our website. Let us know what's on your mind. Till next time, bye.